little test in the living room, walking around, talking about makeup or whatever it is that, cooking, chopping up the cooking and putting the stuff in the pot and chopping some more. All the stuff that us YouTubers do besides car audio, because all I do is car audio. But this is the automated cameraman doing the automated cameraman thing. It should stay with me the entire time because I have the best cameraman on the planet. My cameraman is AI. Today we're having a look at the PO3 auto face tracking selfie stick tripod desktop gimbal thing. So yeah, it's a thing. It's this thing. What does this thing do? Well, it's magic snapshot. It is made in China. Of course, everything's made in China, so that's not really a good thing. Let's have a look at what's inside. That there is a big part of it. I haven't had this out of the package yet, so okay, there's this little working camera right there. Power button. I believe it's probably going to have power. Oh yeah, something happened. I don't know what. Haven't read any instructions. There's a charging port back there for a Type-C connector. There's like a sunshine button and a hand button. Okay, move that over. Over here, I was going to quickly judge what this was, but I really can't. I don't know what this is. This has a charging port. I think it's a light. I have no idea what I'm talking about. But it's definitely got a charging port on it and a button. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yep, that's a light. It looks brighter on the camera than it actually is, but it does make light, as you can see. So we'll put that off to the side. This here has a clippy thing and a 1/4 inch, it's like a 1/4 20 plug. Okay, I know what this part is. This part is for your phone to go in. And by judging by the looks of that and this thing right here, these two are going to go together. Let's see what else is in here. Okay, there's this A Type-C charging cable. Foot long or so. What else do we have? I think there's a base in here or something. Okay, we have, this reminds me of one of those little tiny Bibles that they had in school that was like, as big as a postage stamp but had the entire Bible in it. Okay, that opened up into a whole different thing. This is not bad though. It's full color instructions, and it looks like you could work with just pictures. You don't even need words. It's always nice to see that because not everybody in the world is literate, And that doesn't mean that they're dumb. They just never learned to read. Having a book with pictures makes it easier. And also for us, if I have these old eyeballs, being able to look at the pictures is easier than trying to read these tiny words. So that's a plus. Just because you can read don't mean you can see. And this, okay, so we're using the same convention here. Yep, I believe that's a cover for that. Yeah, it is. So if my theory is correct, this little thing would be able to screw onto this, which, you know, would not make any sense to do, but it's possible. This guy here can screw onto this also, which is what you would use it for. And of course, if you're not screwing it onto this, you would be attaching it to a tripod. And so you would attach that, replace this base here with a tripod. Then on this part, since there's not any other options, I think we'll just do this. And this should just slide around and go in any direction. So once I've forced it into submission, okay, that's clickable. So you can do either, you know, landscape or portrait or crazy times. So that's cool. So that will attach to here and give you full option. I'm going to need a device. So now that's doing that thing. Okay. So you hold the button down for a bit and then we're good. Oh, is it already trying to? Yeah, it is. It's already trying to track me. All right, so let's tilt this up somehow. Okay. There is no tilt up functionality there. All right, the thing it's turning is the base. You guys can't see that. But whenever I track it off, it tries to turn this ring on the bottom. So this whole thing here moves with the bracket. The whole body does. But right off the bat, so yeah, it's definitely tracking me, as you guys can see in the video. All right, let's fire it up here. Let me hit the button. Hold it down. It went through red, green, blue. Now I guess it's doing whatever. And, well, it did turn. I'm right here, dude. Come on. Come on. This way. Yep, it lost me. Let's try moving this out a little bit. Okay. Yeah. Move too quick. Move slow. Track slow. That's pretty steady. Quick. I ran off and left it. A little bit less quick. Okay. It keeps up. Now let's try the hand gesture. All right, that should make it not follow me now. Yep, it's red and it's definitely not trying to follow me. I think okay makes it, yep, now it's following again. That's good, that's good. Okay, camera, stop following me. It stopped. Yeah. All right, we can do it again now. How about that? Not too bad. So, here's the thing. It's not making any noise. Like I can't hear anything. It's very, very quiet. let me check something else. Stop following. Now I'm going to put myself right here on the edge and see if it puts me back in the center when I tell it okay. It did. So it by default centered me up. Now let's try something that it shouldn't recognize as a hand signal. Not bad. It kind of flashed blue, but it didn't do it. It saw me doing something, but it didn't. Okay. Hi. Yep. Oh, yeah, it did. It took it a minute, but it did go red. So let's go back to 0. Okay. Yeah. So it seems to work pretty good. All right, I have it mounted to the tripod right now, and this is where you guys were just seeing me use it on my tripod. And when you mount it on there, you screw this whole base down to your 1/4" bolt, which is underneath there, right? I'm gonna do this left-handed. I want you guys to see what I deal with. Everything is important to me. So you have this hole, which is dirty. You have that hole with that threaded hole, screws on here, and there's a little captive deal in there that that's holding that in place so I can thread this on. All right, well, normally you thread this down until it's tight, but here's the thing. That bolt, that hole, goes into the motor that actually moves this. So as I'm trying to thread it tighter, it's actually spinning the motor. Alright, so if you guys are wondering, as I was, this little fancy light clips onto the top of this thing. So you can add a light function to your phone. This is very secure. This bracket, it's very, very secure. It's got rubber pads on here. It holds on nicely. And it fits a pretty good sized phone, but it's also very tight. So you may struggle with trying to get it to open wide enough to put your device in, but it does get quite large. So that's a thing, and this little light up here will work. You know, nothing to write home about. So is this thing any count? Yeah. It was $20-some odd. It does the thing it's supposed to do. All right, so it will. See, I had it rotated up this way. This direction, it hits the thing, but if you rotate this down, you can get upward pan out of it. And if you rotate it up, you can get a little bit of downward tilt. And if you do that, you snap it into place. So it does have some, I would rather have this thing right here just be flexible a little bit, like a bendy thing, and then you can just kind of, you know, I don't know. But it does work. It does have the ability to, you know, to stay panned down or to pan up or whatever. All right, so upon further investigation, this part right here, this flat part, is what actually turns, and the threaded part does not connect to that. So if you screw your bolt in and you use your little wing nut to tighten it down, you can get a good solid tighten down on it.